What's good? Welcome to CTC TV. Go ahead and tell the people who you are and where you're from.
I'm Janaya, and I'm from Washington, Georgia.
What's it like living in Washington, Georgia?
Very small town. There's not a lot to get into. And it's definitely not for our age group of kids. It's definitely for younger kids or older adults that really just looking for a education for their kids when they're younger, or like once you get out of high school, need to be running from there.
So, with that being said, what was it like? Did you work down there? What was it like working in Washington?
Well, when I was in 4th grade, I moved to Athens, so I'm not like totally boxed in a small community. So like working down there, it's not a lot of jobs, and the jobs that you do have or down there, it's very crowded because it is a small community where it's like 3-4 stores, and it's a 300-400 high school kids that want a job. So it's kind of hard to find a job that you're gonna enjoy working at for our age group of kids. Like it's definitely for younger kids or older adults that really just looking for a education for their kids when they're younger, or like once you get out of high school, need to be running from there.
Got you. So, with that being said, what was it like? Did you work down there? What was it like working in Washington?
Well, when I was in 4th grade, I moved to Athens, so I'm not like totally boxed in a small community. So like working down there, it's not a lot of jobs. And the jobs that you do have or down there, it's very crowded because it is a small community where it's like 3-4 stores, and it's a 300-400 high school kids that want a job. And so it's kind of hard to find a job that you're gonna enjoy working at, or
Got you. So, with that being said, with you growing up in that type of environment, what did that like really do for you? What made you want to come out here, as we're in Atlanta right now? What made you want to come out here?
Well, I've always been a kid that nothing was ever handed to me. Like, if I wanted something, I had to go get it, and I knew that. So I've had a very strong mindset for a very long time. So to me, moving to Atlanta was an opportunity.
So what do you do up here in Atlanta?
Hair.
Okay, what kind of hair? Yeah. Gotta elaborate on that.
Sure, any like hair for real. Like if you can ask me to do just about anything, I can learn just about anything. Hair is really an art form. It's a talent that everybody don't have, but it's very simple to learn. The way that you get better at doing that, like kind of intellectual things with, they do have to have a creative mindset.
What made you want to start like creating or doing hair?
Well, as a kid, parents, they say like, you shouldn't put perms in kids' hair or whatever. My parents didn't know much about hair. So, she did what she could do. And to me, it was a thing where I didn't want to go to school with my hair not did. And my mother wasn't going to get up every morning and do my hair. She worked. She had a job. She had stuff she needed to do in her life to take care of us. So it was like, if you don't learn how to do it yourself, who's going to do it for you? I started off in yarn.
Wow, okay.
Braiding yarn into hair because it was the cheapest thing to afford. And, it's the better grip. So it's easier to braid with yarn because, it's not as slippery as the hair, and it's like harder like to slip out of the hair. So it's easier to grip. And that moved on to box braids. I can do just about any box braids on anybody hair. I can get up to 2 inches of hair to braid, because I've been braiding hair since I was like 10, so it's like simple to me. Right now, I need to focus on false locks and, extension locks or whatever. That's really my main goal of wanting to learn more about.
Well, what inspires you the most to do hair?
Not having the money or the resources when I was a kid to have, what the other kids had.
So when do you feel like you're the most creative when it comes to new styles?
When you let me explore. You come to me and you're like, well, just do my hair. Like, that is when they don't have a set style, when you don't show me a reference to something, that's when I can do, like, the best, because when you're looking at a reference, you're sitting there like, damn, I gotta get it just like how they have it in the picture. And it's like, they use different products, the hair type is different, like all hair is not the same ever. So it's really like an art form for real. Like everything is different about it. So.
Okay. With that being said, I know it's different for a lot of different hairstylists. Would you ever collaborate with hairstylists?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like any particular ones that you like? Like you could just name. It could be one. It could be as many as you could think of.
Dope Pamela.
Okay.
If I had to collaborate with anybody, I think she would be the hairstylist. She's a big YouTuber. She's very like funny, and her videos are not like just, okay, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna teach you how to do hair. It's like, oh, I'm gonna sit here and do hair while you watch me have a conversation with my client or stuff like that.
Okay. So how did you like learn, to do hair? I know you say you started with yarn, but did you like YouTube? Did you just research?
No, YouTube was very not big when I was growing up. I'm 18, so I was like 10. I didn't have phones. Like, I didn't get a phone until I was 15 years old.
Wow.
So to me, my mother did hair. She could braid. I mean, she's not like on the same level that I'm on now, because when you get older, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this for my kids, but once my kids grow up, I'm just gonna stop. But basically everything that I learned from looking, watching. Every time my sister get her hair did, I was watching. Every time somebody else was around me getting their hair did, I'm watching. Like still to this day, like if I see somebody like in the salon and they doing hair or whatever, like I'll be telling myself sometimes, look away. Cause like I don't want them to feel like, damn, why she watching me like that? But like, yeah.
Be learning, okay. Hey, that's what's up though. If you had to sacrifice one of your skills, which would you least like to give up and why?
It would be my communication skills.
Okay.
Cause any business or any form of anything for real, like if you want to do anything in this life, you have to know how to communicate with someone. You're not gonna get nowhere being quiet. As the old folks always said, closed mouth don't get fed.
What is something that you've learned like throughout doing hair? Things like lessons, that you wish you would have known before you got into doing hair.
A lesson that I still to this day need to learn is when you want something for like hair, do it. Like when you have something that you want to commit to and this is your form, don't let anyone tell you that you're doing it wrong, or don't let anyone tell you, oh, your price is too high. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, your prices are too low. Stop letting people control you, because the internet is gonna be the internet regardless, and you just have to do what you need to do.
My next question for you is, what's your favorite hairstyle that you like to do?
I don't feel like I have a favorite right now. Because, I'm still young. I'm still learning. And, I mean, my most favorite that I would say from other people are braids. I would say I'm very good at braids, It's the first thing I learned. So, of course, it's going to be better than any other hairstyle I ever did, because it's the one that I know how to do the most.
Do you have any other hairstylist influences? Like people that you're influenced by? You're like, oh, yeah, I like their work.
No, because hair is really a broad world. Just about anyone can tell you about hair. I would say, like, you can go look at any video and learn just anything. I've been learning, as I said, I've been learning how to do hair since I was 10, and I learn something new every day. You go on the internet and just scroll, you will find something different that you learn every day. Because I didn't know, like, some stylists or some people say you're not supposed to use towels when you dry your hair, but what they heard is we've been using cotton and towels all our lives and nothing different happened, so it's not true. So it's like you learn stuff, you try to believe some stuff that you learn, so it's a different world out there for hair,
Okay. So my last two questions for you. Where's your career headed next, and what's the vision for it? And this can be with hair, this can be without,
I really like kids. I really like working with kids. Hair is not just kids' hair. It's really hard to tell where you're going to be in the next few years, because anything can happen between the times. But where I want to be is in my future where I can provide a service for everyone. Because growing up as a kid in a small town, everybody know everybody. Everybody talks about everybody. So it's like, yes, I understand that, you know, everybody can't afford everybody's prices. But I want to be able to give everyone a service, regardless of what you have.
I like that. I like that a lot. And then my last question for you is, in what way do you aim to make a difference in the world?
I want to have my own brand. Like when you see me or you see my name, you think about the brand that I created. And for me, the brand would be like, as far as hair, like I want to help the kid that they say can never grow hair, grow hair. You know, people say that alopecia is not curable. It is. Most of the time, alopecia is caused by frustration and pain. I just want to have a brand for me so I can help other people.
Thank you so much for your time. Again, tell the people who you are and where they can find you.
I am Janaya. I changed my Instagram name to BeautyByNia.
Okay.
So you can find me on Instagram at that BeautyByNia, and you can find me on TikTok by DGF_NIA.
Again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for talking with CTC TV.